it folds with the phone. It's pretty
I don't
interesting.
trust it.
But I like it. It's I don't know, it's a novelty thing. I didn't really need a new phone,
What's the point
but we got matching phones and it's cute. So
smart flip phones?
what's the point?
I'm asking.
What's the point in anything?
Google knows. Oh, well, that was a stupid answer.
How was your week?
Never mind.
How was your week?
What did I do last week? I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say that I worked.
No
Just
way.
A shot.
No way.
I didn't get to see my dad or my mom.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, they're in Georgia. They're on vacation.
Hmm.
They're visiting my uncle. Well, then one of my other uncles had a heart attack like a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, but
They
you
put
said
a stint in? A
yes.
stent?
A stint.
A
Or no,
stent.
I'm sorry, a stent. You're right.
Stent. They put a stent in or something.
Yep.
And he was stabilized. I haven't heard any news since then.
Well, glad to hear he's stable.
Hmm.
It's always scary.
I'm not a huge fan of their political beliefs, but
Sure.
I've been around them since I was a child, and that's honestly one of my favorite uncles.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how she would get by if he passed. I mean, their kids are like, older now, but
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get a new car.
Yeah. I should get a Mazda.
Not gonna get a Mazda. It just doesn't fit my style.
Mm.
Not a Mazda person.
What kind of thing? What kind of?
In my opinion, people who drive Mazdas are usually douchey.
Okay.
I think that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. All right. I can see that.
No, I just feel like, I don't know, Mazdas feel like it feels cramped. Like the back seat feels cramped. I like more of a boxy.
You want a sedan or a crossover or a?
I wanted to get an SUV or a crossover
Okay.
real bad.
Yeah.
But gas ain't getting cheaper.
No.
Gas is just gonna keep going up. So I need something that's fuel efficient. So I've picked out a couple sedans, even though I want an SUV.
Well, there's some fuel efficient SUVs and crossovers out there.
Yeah, but honestly, anything that I get would just be comparable to having a non-fuel efficient car. So why, if I'm gonna get a new car, I may as well get something that's gonna cost me something less.
You should get a Prius.
Ugh, no. I think they're so ugly.
Yeah, they're not great.
They're not.
But they are fuel efficient.
They are fuel efficient. We'll give you that, but they're ugly. So I found a couple sedans. There's like a Kia, there's a Toyota, there's a Honda that I've looked at. So there's a few.
A Mazda CX-30, Mazda CX-5. Pretty good fuel efficiency ratings.
What's your fuel? What's your miles to the gallon?
I don't
Highway
know.
and city.
Let me check for you. There's carbon. Mazda 6 carbon. This says 23 city, 31 highway.
Ugh,
It's not terrible.
embarrassing.
No,
My
it's not terrible.
2015 does like 35.
No, it's a little more fuel efficient. I'm used to seeing like 19 city. It's like
On Mazdas?
no, just in general.
On what?
On the last time I was looking at cars.
That's bad.
Yeah, but no,
Everything I've seen is like 23 city,
Yeah.
25 city. That's so low.
my fuel efficiency is not bad. I average about 20 to 25.
The
when
ones
I'm
I've been
driving.
looking at are like, I think it said 29 city and like 35 highway.
Yeah,
Or
well,
38 highway for one of them.
CX-30 and a CX-5. Just check them
That's
out.
interesting. I won't.
Yeah,
I don't want a Mazda.
okay. Hurt my feelings.
I have nothing
so.
against Mazdas. I just don't want one. They're like cramped and more sporty. I'm not like a sporty car kind of person.
Mm,
I'm more like
like a
Boxy.
mom van.
boxy cars. No.
Usually like a Hummer, a boxy.
Ew. No. Ugly. Ugly car. Got the fuel efficiency on that. 2 miles.
Or what is it? Honda Pilot. Those are boxy, yeah.
I don't know what that is. No, not like. I guess boxy was.
Literally square.
Yeah, literally a square. The original Kia Soul. When those came out, they were toasters.
Oh, that's probably what I'm thinking of then. Yeah, Kia Soul.
No, just like
Well, Honda Pilot's a little boxy.
I don't like that it has a line through the middle of the screen. That would drive me crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't even notice it.
Huh.
You feel it, but
Oh, it is kind of boxy. If I was gonna get anything that was bigger, I wouldn't get a full-on SUV. I'd get a crossover.
sure.
SUVs are too big.
Oh, my
I'm not a kid.
dad drives a
Madrid.
my dad drives a Hyundai Kona.
I thought you were gonna say Hummer.
A Hyundai Kona. It's a newer
I would pay to see your father in a Hummer.
crossover style Hyundai,
Mm-hmm.
which is new to their lineup because I didn't think they had any SUVs or crossovers. But Hyundai Kona, you can check that out. He really likes his. I think the fuel.
Usually the crossovers and SUVs are going to cost more, though, so I don't
Yes.
want something that's going to cost me
Correct.
something that's for an extensive amount of time. So I found a few things.
Oh, cool.
So I'll see what happens.
Yeah, keep me posted. Sounds like fun. That's car talk on Beer and Fear.
And then on Saturday I went and spent Friday night I went and spent time with my little sister, because she was home alone. So we watched movies.
Sounds like an eventful week.
What did we watch? I didn't like it. We watched a TV series that everyone's like pissing their pants about, but I didn't like it. What was it called?
Squid Game.
No, I still haven't watched that. The woman across
The woman across the street from the woman in the window. Yeah, I saw that.
Stupid.
I wanted to check that out. I added it to my list on Netflix.
Don't.
It's deadpan.
Let me ruin it for you.
Okay.
Really? Can I?
Sure.
The killer in the end is the daughter.
No way.
Is like a 6-year-old.
The woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window.
Yeah, let me spoil this for you. Fair warning. The killer is the child, and that's the stupidest twist ever. Like, was this supposed to be satire?
Yeah, it is. At least that's what I gathered from the description.
I hope.
It says mysteries, crime, dramas, comedies. This show is deadpan, absurd, offbeat, and suspenseful.
Yeah, but that's a review. That's not like from the actual person, right?
No, that's from
Okay.
That's from the page on Netflix.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Awful.
Deadpan, absurd, offbeat, and suspenseful.
Ugh.
I'll still watch it. Number 2 in the U.S. today, yeah. It's just the first thing that caught my attention was obviously the name of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was watching the trailer without sound because that's just how it plays on the phone if you just keep staring at it without doing anything. And it looked kind of gimmicky, but I think that's the point. It's supposed to be like
It was very hard for me to be interested in.
making fun of.
And I usually don't mind satire,
movies, yeah.
but like, it's just painful. The main character has a phobia of rain. I've never seen someone pass out in rain before. Anyways.
I sold my stuff. My drum brute and my micro brute.
Oh, hey.
Sold
What'd
them on
you get for
eBay.
it?
Right around $200 for each.
Oh,
After
alright.
all the fees and shipping and everything like
What
that.
did you use the money for?
I'm just saving it. Yeah. Saving it, Paige. Saving it.
For Coke?
Just saving it.
For Coke.
Let's continue.
For a rainy day.
Yeah, rainy day.
Okay. For my birthday? That's coming up.
Coming up.
Gross. Tell it to stop. Our beer. It's from Short Fuse Brewing Company.
I know them.
We did the Very Bad Kids from them.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we did.
They don't have it about me because they like to make my life difficult.
Because they're mysterious.
They are located at 5000 North River Road, Schiller Park, Illinois, 60176.
Oh, did you like the intense action style music?
Yeah, I texted you.
Your beer. Your
Remember
beer.
you messaged me and did what you always do. You told me to do something but gave me absolutely zero context, so I argued with you.
Yeah. But it was funny though, right?
Yeah, I told you it was funny. I said, "Oh my god, the dramatic music." And you said it's so funny. And I was like, "I love it."
I'm proud of it. Continue.
Work on your memory.
No, it's not that I forgot. I'm just asking if you liked it. And I know you said
They've
you
been
liked it.
brewing since 2017.
Yeah,
They
they
got
have.
a tap room and a restaurant.
A restaurant.
They got a restaurant. And last week, I think that was last week.
Oh.
No, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Jesus.
We were awarded 3 medals in the World Beer Championships.
We were awarded?
No.
Oh, they were.
Short fuse.
Okay. I was going to say, like, what?
They were honored to be awarded 3 medals in the World Beer Championships. That's the second award in 4 months that they got for Tropical Hurt Locker.
Tropical Hurt Locker.
They got silver for Very Bad Kids,
Oh.
silver for Dark Gourd, and gold for Tropical Hurt Locker. We gotta try Tropical Hurt Locker. They keep winning awards.
Very Bad Kids was my number 2.
Their Very Bad Kids was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
That was a weird burp. Our beer is called Precious Little Treats. My nose itches.
Precious Little Treats.
Precious Little Treats. Bourbon barrel aged Precious Little Treats.
I'm checking the chat.
Oh, I didn't like hearing myself. ABV 11%.
Whoa.
It's a stout. A pastry stout.
Okay.
Specifically. It does have a Beer Advocate page. No score. They say on the Beer Advocate that it is a American Imperial Stout, though, instead of a pastry stout.
Okay. Is pastry stout an official style?
I don't know.
Need to check that out. Continue.
This insanely thick oatmeal stout drinks with a heavy mouthfeel and a balanced sweetness. Rich, thick, chewy,
Ooh.
and sweet are the best way to describe this stout. Made with toasted almonds, vanilla beans, cassia bark, and cocoa nibs.
Toasted almonds.
How's it?
Okay. Pastry stout, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man.
Precious Little Treats. All right, I'll get it.
Okay. Why does it say you're typing?
I'm typing?
Yeah, it said you were typing in Snapchat.
Came in a 2-pack like this?
Yeah, bro. I know.
Can't use this battery anymore.
Why?
I think it broke.
How'd you break it?
I don't know, it just broke.
It's weird.
So, use this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lego piece down.
Ow.
A stout, you say, huh?
Yes. I do.
I broke some glasses.
How'd you break glasses? What glasses did you break?
I was washing them.
You need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Did you break another Spiegelau?
No. I broke, remember the glass that kind of looks like a beer can?
Yes. Oh, I
says-
like that
Yeah,
one. The
drink
Michigan
local?
one?
Yeah.
How'd you
And-
break that?
And I broke my martini glass that has the olives on it
How?
at the same time. I was washing one of the Irish coffee ones, and they're heavy.
Please don't mime it. I'm worried you'll break it.
One of these. Heavy, thick glass.
Yeah.
And it slipped out of my hand and landed on the other glasses in the sink.
That's ridiculous. Ollie said she wants them.
You want that, Maria?
I'm not eating the
You
cookie.
should eat it.
I'm not going to eat the cookie. Add it to your pile.
I'm going to.
Yeah, I just want to crack my toes. You like my Animal Crossing socks?
I love them and your leggings.
Oh, thanks. Oh. Oh. I thought it was very creepy.
Why?
The art on it.
Oh, what in the world?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is that? What is he holding?
Looks like a Danish of some kind.
Looks like a precious little treat.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, so it says Imperial Pastry Oatmeal Stout with toasted almonds, vanilla beans, cassia bark, and cocoa nibs. The cocoa nibs are from Ethereal Confectionery.
And Woodstock.
Confectionery.
10%. Short fuse, short fuse, short fuse, short fuse. Let's try it.
Yeah, I see it everywhere.
You picked a stout.
I know. I'm upset about it.
Whoa.
It's a weird smell. There's a little bit of rubbing alcohol in the after
Yeah.
smell.
And the after smell.
Yeah, the after smell. You sniff it, and then there's a little hint.
Like the after touch.
Yeah.
The after see.
The aftertaste.
The after hear. Why does it sound weird with any other sense?
All your senses. That's weird. It's like rubbing alcohol at the end of it. At the tail end of the whiff.
It smells like a wash cycle.
Like a wash cycle. It smells like dirty long johns.
spilled.
It's so thick. Oh my god, where are the bubbles?
It's like pouring oil in a glass.
I'm upset. It looks like red. It looks
It does
red.
look red. Oh boy.
I am repulsed.
Repulsed.
It's so thick.
I spilled on my pants.
One of the descriptions said chewy.
It is going to be chewy.
Aww. Why are you always spilling?
What happened here?
Oh, that smells strongly. I don't know how I feel about this.
It's going to be great.
I'm concerned. I have reservations.
I am concerned. They taught me how to take pictures.
Did you not know how to take pictures before?
Apparently I was taking them not great.
What were you doing?
I need to be parallel with the content.
Yeah.
I need to be here.
Where were you taking pictures before?
Kind of like up higher.
Oh.
Like it's, the top of everyone's.
I just keep sniffing this because I am thrown for a loop.
I'll clean my lens. Fine.
Clean your dirty ass lens, you bitch.
Fine, phone. Yell at me. You didn't drink it, did you?
No. Why would I do that? I don't want to drink it in the first place.
Boom. Like that.
What the fuck? When you move, I move. Just like that. When you move, I move. Just like that. When you move, I move. Just like that.
Yeah, color's super dark, and it does appear, I don't know if it's just this light, but it does appear red.
Right? Oh, hairball.
Just her asthma. She needs her kitty inhaler. I mean, yeah, it smells like a stout. It smells sweet.
What is that?
A little sour.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, it's my fridge. It makes that noise. It's weird.
I never noticed. I can't get over the like after smell of like rubbing alcohol. It's very weird. I'm gonna keep saying that's coined now. After smell is a thing now. Very red though. It's not even like a hold it up to the light and it's red.
No,
it's
you
like,
can't
look at
even
it,
see any of it.
Look at it like here.
It's like-
If you look right here and you look down at
Yeah.
it, you can see.
Like the edges.
Yes. Very red. It had a very minimum cocoa colored foam for a very brief period of time.
Yeah, no, it's all gone.
It's all gone. Any legs? It's got some stumpies. Not a lot though. Like a little. I'm stalling.
I'm ready.
I don't want to drink it.
I'm so ready.
I don't want it to be chewy.
Whoa. Thick. Ooh. So, okay, this is probably the most chocolatey stout that I've ever had.
They didn't even talk about chocolate besides the cocoa nibs.
Yeah, the cocoa nibs from Woodstock.
Why did I just taste salt? It's happening.
Yeah, first thing, it hits your palate. It hits your palate. It's thick. It's very, very, very thick.
Nope.
Wow. So what a visceral
Done.
reaction. It's not bad.
I'm rinsing my mouth.
This is
I'm rinsing my mouth.
akin to Bourbon County brand stout. It's very strong. This is an imperial stout.
I got.
Oh, you got the.
I need to shake it off of me. Ugh.
It's a stout. It's super, super chocolatey. Like that's
I didn't taste chocolate.
the entire aftertaste. It coats your mouth and it's just chocolate.
Do you want to rate this? You want to give it a rating? A little rateroo? A little ratey risco?
5.
Really?
Yeah.
What do I have open?
Everything but 4.
I'm gonna give this I'm sure I'll find something that'll disappoint me more.
It's just super chocolate. That's all it is. It tastes like melted chocolate.
It was thick.
Mm-hmm.
I hated it. I felt it all over my tongue. I felt it under my tongue. I don't want to feel anything under my tongue. You got that little line. What's the line on your tongue called that connects it? What is that?
Oh, I have no idea. I know what you're talking about, though. It is incredibly viscous.
Don't say viscous.
It's syrupy.
The lingual frenulum.
You got beer on your lingual frenulum?
Yes.
Oh, that's upset. I hate when I get beer on my lingual frenulum. See how quick it settles? Watch. Do it one of these?
It's because it looks like oil sheen.
Yeah. See how it just...
Like if I put a match on that,
It just settles. It just
it would
stops.
it would blow up the Gulf.
It just...
That too soon? It's been a while.
This is what happens when BP dumps its shit in...
This is a science experiment. I don't.
This was extracted from 80 seagulls. Just wrung them out in a glass. added some chocolate, and that's what we're drinking.
What's a seagull sound? The sound of a human man yelling. That's what a seagull sounds like. I love feeding seagulls. When I was a kid, I don't know why I remember this. When I was a child, my grandpa took me and my sisters to get like McDonald's or something before we went to visit my uncle. And there were seagulls in the parking lot, and I was throwing them French fries.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm the queen of seagulls. They love me. I rule you.
We
Come closer, few fools.
remember when we fed seagulls at Guitar Center?
Yes.
That was so much fun. My mom would always keep saltine crackers in her glove box because there were always seagulls in the parking lot of her job.
That's funny.
So when she would get there, she'd sit in
I
her
don't
car.
understand why there's so many seagulls in Joliet.
That's weird. I'll let try this chocolate.
Don't do that to her. I gotta pee anyway. She better hate it. Do it. Wait. Oi!
Oi!
Oi, mister!
What you think you are, or something?
Have you seen that meme?
No creo. Nothing in the chat so far. Where are you at, Michael?
Oi, mister!
Oh, yeah.
Oi, you me dad!
Doll.
Yeah. Does it say that or? I'm just confused. Oh my god, my sister's working like no hours now.
Mm.
She randomly messaged me. But I said, "Oh, were you off today?" And she said, "Yes, ma'am, every Monday and almost every day, literally being scheduled 12.75 hours every week now." I mean, she's part-time, but she's a server, so
Still.
she makes good money.
Yeah.
But
Mm-mm. Not good.
that's embarrassing. 12 hours. How are you gonna schedule someone that? I mean, I know if you don't have the. I don't know. It's weird. But again, she's part-time, so you're not really guaranteed hours when you're part-time.
Exactly.
If you wanted to be guaranteed hours, you should be full-time.
Exactly. Why does she want to be part-time?
Because she doesn't feel like she should waste her life working 40 hours a week. And, honestly, I agree. But, if you gotta make money,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta make money. What were we talking about?
Beer's okay.
Oh, I was going to say something and then you commented on something. I
Oh.
don't ever want to drink a beer that has a description of chewy.
Yeah.
What is that?
I guess some people really like that. Some people really like viscous, thick beers, stouts.
That's
Some
just
about them are
confusing.
appealing, but I can't get on that train.
That is
Sorry.
confusing. You say it's good to literally everything.
This one, I will not say it's good. But it's not bad. It's not awful. It's just not my drink. It's not my thing.
I don't feel as strongly about it as I felt about Sea Quench as far as not liking something. But I don't like stouts.
Yeah.
I only picked it because I thought it was interesting.
It is interesting. I'm glad we tried it.
And
Precious little treats.
I also like the can art.
Precious little treats ties in with cannibalism.
You'll see.
Okay. I got a lot to cover. This is gonna be a long episode.
Is it?
Yeah.
time was it?
relative to our other episodes, our more recent episodes, they've only been hitting about 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Some of these.
I've also been bored.
Well, yeah. Cannibalism is the act of consuming another individual of the same species as food. It is a common ecological interaction in the animal.
Wait,
Pause.
the act of consuming someone the same species as food?
Right. Cannibalism is the act of consuming another individual of the same species as food.
Oh, as food.
Mhm.
Sorry.
It is a common ecological interaction in the animal kingdom and has been recorded in more than 1,500 species. With specific regards to humans, it involves eating the flesh or internal organs of other human beings.
Does it give you examples of animals that commit cannibalism?
I listed a few.
Okay.
I'll touch on both human cannibalism and cannibalism in other organisms. The word cannibalism is derived from Cannibales, the Spanish name for the Caribs, a West Indies tribe that may have practiced cannibalism. We'll come back to them later.
It's named after them, but there's a may have in front of it.
Yeah. And it's from Spain Spanish,
It's from
cannibal,
Spanish.
cannibal or caribal,
Cannibal.
meaning a savage. Cannibalism features in the folklore and legends of many cultures and is most often attributed to evil characters or as extreme retribution for some wrongdoing. An example is the witch from Hansel and Gretel.
Get in my oven, little pudgy boy.
A number of stories in Greek mythology involve cannibalism. An example is Saturn devouring his son. Remember that painting?
Why does that sound so familiar? Hold, please.
Google it.
Saturn eating
Saturn
sun.
devouring his son.
Oh, there's a meme. I'm gonna look at that one first. The meme. Oh, that's funny. What do you find the non-meme?
The non-meme.
Wow, it just looks like the meme.
Yeah, Saturn devouring his
Why
son.
did that look so bad?
It's a painting by Goya.
Okay, well, Goya was on something.
Yep.
He's just...
Uh-huh.
No.
Like
My son is delicious.
someone caught him by surprise.
Oh, I'm eating my son. Don't look.
The Wendigo is also thought of as a malevolent cannibalistic spirit that could possess humans, or a monster that humans could physically transform into. We talked about the Wendigo.
According to... Oh! The Titan Kronos.
Yeah.
Kronos. Eating... Okay.
Yes.
All right, it's that guy.
Those who indulged in cannibalism were at particular risk of the Wendigo's wrath.
We went over them.
We talked about the Wendigos.
We talked about them.
And their cannibalistic tendencies. Among modern humans, cannibalism has been practiced by various groups. It was practiced by humans in prehistoric Europe, Mesoamerica, South America, among Iroquoian peoples in North America, Maori in New Zealand, the Solomon Islands, parts of West Africa and Central Africa, some parts of the islands of Polynesia, New Guinea, Sumatra, and Fiji. There is evidence, both archaeological and genetic, that cannibalism has been practiced for hundreds of thousands of years by early Homo sapiens and archaic hominins. Human bones that have been defleshed by other humans go back 600,000 years. The oldest Homo sapien bones from Ethiopia show signs of
Homo.
this as well. Homo. In Goes Cave, England, Gough, Goes Cave, remains of human bones and skulls, around 14,700 years old, suggest that cannibalism took place amongst the people living in or visiting the cave, and they may have used human skulls as drinking vessels.
I'm into that.
For a brief time, I want a skull cup. That'd be nice.
I've always kind of had a weird fascination with cannibalism. There's a time when I was a child. I did a lot of weird things when I was a child.
You ate someone?
No.
Okay. I feel like that'd be something
I feel
you
like
would
I
tell
would
me.
do that though.
I feel like you would tell me
I
if you
feel like I would try human,
I would.
but for the risk of, it's not worth
I don't know. Maybe.
it. I don't think it's worth it. From the descriptions I've read of what it tastes like, I just don't think it's worth it.
Great YouTube video to check out. What does human taste like? By Vsauce. He talks about a guy who tried human as a science experiment, recorded his documentation. Tastes like veal.
Well, I've never had veal, so can we go like a step down from that? What does veal taste like?
Kind of like, I don't know.
Have you had veal?
Maybe once in my life. Can't remember. You were going to say something?
Yes. Oh, he's interrupting me. There's a point in time when I was a child when I lived in Tennessee still, and I lived with my sister still. We were swimming at night, and I convinced my sister Madison that I was a cannibal.
I think you told me.
I
This
don't
is vaguely
know how I convinced her because we lived together.
right.
Where was I going that she wasn't aware? Where was I keeping this?
Mm-hmm.
Who was I eating? Like, I don't understand.
Who was I eating?
Whatever. The neighbors? The gardener? I don't know.
The milkman?
It'd be weird if there was still a milkman.
I kind of want one.
Have you seen the little, like in the old houses, the little milkman door?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Oberweis here in Illinois, they do home delivery. It's essentially
Boys everywhere?
yeah. Well, in Illinois, I think it's in Illinois only.
Yeah, Boys is only in Illinois?
I
Or the
think
milk
so.
delivery is only in Illinois?
I think it's only in Illinois.
Really?
I think so. Well, it's headquartered here in North Aurora.
Oberweis
Distribution.
distribution
Yeah, I would check that.
or locations.
No, Oberweis. Distribution would tell you like where they. I feel like it's only in Illinois.
Copying me. Ugh. That's weird. I don't know why I thought they were everywhere.
Yeah, it's only an Illinois thing.
There's a lot of them in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdsies.
Today I learned. For a brief time in Europe, an unusual form of cannibalism occurred when thousands of Egyptian mummies preserved in asphalt were ground up and sold as medicine.
Mummy dust.
Mm-hmm. The practice developed into a wide-scale business which flourished until the late 16th century. This fad ended because the mummies were revealed actually to be recently killed slaves. I'll read that again.
What? They were recently to be killed slaves.
This fad ended because the mummies were revealed actually to be recently killed slaves.
Slaves.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay, they weren't actually mummies.
Right. 2 centuries ago, mummies were still believed to have medicinal properties against bleeding and were sold as pharmaceuticals in powdered form. So you could still get mummy dust, zombie dust, somewhere. In Spain's overseas expansion to the New World, the practice cannibalism was reported by Christopher Columbus.
Haha! It's in other states.
What other states?
It says 3 states. I'm looking.
Oh, like Wisconsin, Michigan,
It said Midwest, so I assume Wisconsin.
Indiana.
Yeah.
This paragraph, it talks about the cannibales that I talked about
Cannibales.
earlier. So Christopher Columbus went to the New World and saw these people.
Hey, I've been to that one.
Yeah, North Aurora. It talks about the Caribs. The Caribs were greatly feared because of their supposed practice of cannibalism.
They're good for your eyes.
The Caribs? So he comes to the New World, sees these people, they're the Caribs, and they're like, I think some of them eat people. Queen Isabel of Castile had forbidden the Spaniards to enslave the indigenous, but if they were guilty of cannibalism, they could be enslaved. So Christopher Columbus comes back, tells the queen about what he found at the New World, and then they initially were like, you can't enslave people, but they said,
Indiana, Michigan.
I figured. But then they said, okay, if you eat people, you can be enslaved. That's what the queen said. So the accusation of cannibalism became a pretext for attacks on indigenous groups and justification for the Spanish conquest. That's kind of bullshit, because pretty much what that allowed Christopher Columbus to do is come to the New World and be like, no, you eat people. No, I don't. Yeah, you eat people. Enslave him. And that's how they enslaved people of the New World. Mm-hmm.
You just accused people?
Mm-hmm.
And how did they defend themselves? They just
They didn't.
accused
They were
them.
Caribs.
It's like the witches
Uh-huh.
in Salem.
Yep.
You're a witch. No, I'm not.
Uh-huh.
Ah, burn her anyways.
Uh-huh.
Just
Precisely.
checking.
Further instances include cannibalism as ritual practice, cannibalism in times of drought, famine, and other destitution, as well as cannibalism as criminal acts and war crimes throughout the 20th and 21st centuries. Many instances of cannibalism by necessity were recorded during World War II. Some 2.8 million Soviet prisoners of war died in Nazi custody in less than 8 months during 1941 to 1942. According to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, by the winter of 1941, quote, starvation and disease resulted in mass death of unimaginable proportions. This deliberate starvation led to many incidents of cannibalism.
Did it say how many deaths?
I didn't look that up.
I wonder how many deaths there were during the potato famine of Ireland.
How many deaths?
Deaths.
Cannibalism is documented to have occurred in China during the Great Leap Forward when rural China
It lasted a while.
was hit hard by drought and famine. Cannibalism has recently been both practiced and fiercely condemned in several wars, especially in Liberia and the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Wow, 1 million people died. And 1 million fled the country. Sorry, go on. I have ADHD brain hardcore right now.
It was still practiced in Papua New Guinea as of 2012.
Is it Papa?
Papua New Guinea.
Is it Papua?
It's not Papua.
Oh.
It's Papua.
Papua.
Papua New Guinea, as of 2012, for cultural reasons and in ritual as well as in war in various Melanesian tribes. Cannibalism has been said to test the bounds of cultural relativism because it challenges anthropologists, quote, to define what is or is not beyond the pale of acceptable human behavior. Some scholars argue that no firm evidence exists that cannibalism has ever been a socially acceptable practice anywhere in the world at any time in history, although this has been consistently debated against.
Okay, but if there's a whole tribe of it, then doesn't that make that socially acceptable for that society?
Yeah, I guess that's why it's debated against, but I don't know.
Because if a whole tribe is doing it, then that's their society.
Right. It's socially acceptable to them, but it may not be to someone else. Right. I don't know.
Who are you to impose?
Exactly. It's tricky.
Let them eat each other.
Well,
they're not eating me.
So in cannibalism, actually, it was practiced. I was looking at the different regions that practiced it.
I'm not condoning cannibalism.
Oh, sure. Yeah, don't eat people, please. But pretty much every country or region of the world at one point practiced cannibalism, or still does. To this day, there are still regions, small regions.
Practiced or were put in a situation in which they had to eat somebody to survive.
I think practiced.
Like
or took part in. Yeah.
It was a part of there.
Right. There's a map, 19th century map that shows like parts of Australia and Africa that still took part in cannibalism.
Was there anything in North America?
No.
No.
Luckily, no.
No, nothing in Canada? Or...
No.
Hmm.
Luckily and surprisingly,
Mexico?
no. Nope. I didn't see anything.
New Zealand?
I can
I'm gonna
consult.
list
Every country.
everything.
I can consult the map.
Russia?
Maybe Russia.
Russia?
In some societies, cannibalism is a cultural norm.
Look at this new frog mask I got.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
Consumption of a person from within the same community is called endocannibalism.
Consumption of what?
People within the same community.
Oh.
Endocannibalism. Ritual cannibalism of the recently deceased can be part of the grieving process or be seen as a way of guiding the souls of the dead into the bodies of living descendants.
I wouldn't want that.
Exocannibalism is the consumption of a person from outside the community,
Okay.
usually as a celebration of victory against a rival tribe. Both types of cannibalism can also be fueled by the belief that eating a person's flesh or internal organs will endow the cannibal with some of the characteristics of the deceased.
Now I gotta look up what I was thinking of. Wait.
Let me see if I can find that map.
I literally just want to watch this for 1 second of the scene. I didn't need 6 minutes of it. Yeah, okay, we get it. We get it. Yeah, we're kneeling. He's got a bonehead.
He's got a
Oh,
bonehead.
he's creepy. Why are you smiling at her like that? You sicko. Oh. Oh, there's a creepy chain thing. Everyone's wearing hats. Who's this guy? I feel like you should be fighting more. Ew, he's touching your face. Oh, watch that go back. How does that work? Okay, well, that was stupid. Indiana Jones is dumb. Did you say it? Pussy. How is he alive? Say the thing.
What? Oh. Oh, the mummy.
No. Is he gonna be burned alive now? Oh, he's rotating. There's rotating happening. Why? Okay. Is it lava? Portal to hell? I'm confused.
What the hell are you watching?
Indiana Jones. Oh, it's a portal to hell. I just wanted to hear him say one thing. Oh, it's so stupid. Oh, it's a... Stupid. Oh, you are villainous. Everyone's wearing like skull masks. I am okay. You know what? That was a disappointment. Sorry, go on.
Here's their map.
Oh, thanks. Russia?
So the region's in pink. The 19th century map says it's still in practice.
Oh, it's still in practice.
The pink. The yellow is
You
only...
said this is a 19th century map, though,
Yes.
so do you mean presently?
The 19th century.
I know. You're saying that this is a 19th century map, and you said that these are places that are still active.
In the 19th century.
Thank you.
Yes. Right.
What are the green ones?
Yeah, the yellow-green is only in history. At one point in time, it was practiced.
Where's this? Very common in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you ship off a bunch of criminals to an island.
That's what happens when you get rid of guns.
Granted, there's indigenous people that live there, but... Tibet? That don't surprise me.
Yeah, like Papua New
Y'all crazy in
Papua New
Tibet.
Guinea. Areas around Australia.
You said the green ones were places that it did happen?
Yes, it once...
That's North America. You said nothing.
Well, currently, no. Yeah.
That was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much every region or country.
Apache? What? My mind's being rocked right now. Winnipeg?
Rocket.
Wow. That's weird.
A form of cannibalism popular in early modern Europe was the consumption of body parts, or blood, for medicinal purposes.
Ew.
This practice was at its height during the 17th century, although as late as the second half of the 19th century, some peasants attending an execution are recorded to have, quote, rushed forward and scraped the ground with their hands that they might collect some of the bloody earth, which they subsequently crammed in their mouth and hoped that they might thus get rid of their disease.
Where did the blood come from?
Consumption of body parts for blood or medicinal purposes.
No, I mean, you said peasants would. Where was the blood coming from that they ran forward to get blood?
Maybe like when they killed people.
Oh.
I don't know. Didn't say. Whenever there was blood, there were peasants.
They were scrambling.
Scooping it out of the ground.
There were peasants.
In most parts of the world, cannibalism is not a societal norm, but is sometimes resorted to in situations of extreme necessity. The survivors of the shipwrecks of the Essex and Medusa in the 19th century are said to have engaged in cannibalism, as did the members of Franklin's Lost Expedition. That book right there, Terror. The Terror by Dan Simmons, that talks about Franklin's Lost Expedition. They ate people. Such cases generally involve necrocannibalism, eating the corpse of someone who is already dead, as opposed to homicidal cannibalism, killing someone for food. In English law, the latter is always considered a crime, even in the most trying circumstances. For example, the case of R. V. Dudley and Stevens,
Deadly.
in which two men were found guilty of murder for killing and eating a cabin boy while adrift at sea in a lifeboat. It set the precedent that necessity is no defense to a charge of murder. With regards to other species, the rate of cannibalism increases in nutritionally poor environments as individuals turn to conspecifics as an additional food source. Cannibalism regulates population numbers, whereby resources such as food, shelter, and territory become more readily available with the decrease of potential competition. Though it may benefit the individual, it has been shown that the presence of cannibalism decreases the expected survival rate of the whole population and increases the risk of consuming a relative. Cannibalism is prevalent in aquatic ecosystems in which up to approximately 90% of the organisms engage in cannibalistic activity at some point in their life cycle. So things that swim in the ocean, they be eating each other all the time.
Well, that does not surprise me.
Cannibalism is not restricted to carnivorous species. It also occurs in herbivores and detritivores. Cannibalism has the potential to spread or promote specific diseases or parasitic infections. No surprise there. Oh boy, what happened? Some examples of diseases transmitted by cannibalism in mammals include Kuru, which is a prion disease that degenerates the brain. Do you talk about that?
Yes.
Okay. I'll skip that. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy.
Bovine spongiform.
Encephalopathy.
Encephalopathy.
Encephalopathy. Or mad cow disease is another prion disease, which is usually caused by feeding contaminated bovine tissue to other cattle. It's a neurodegenerative disease and could be spread to humans if the individual were to consume contaminated beef. Other forms of diseases include sarcoidosis and artovirus in reptiles and amphibians, granulosis virus, Chagas disease, and microsporidia in insects, stained prawn disease,
not the prawns,
white pot syndrome,
no,
parasitic worms and tapeworms in crustaceans and fish.
Oh.
Cannibalism.
I read something recently that a person came into the ER and he was like, I found something while I was pooping and I'm not sure what it was. And I pulled it and then it just kept coming.
Oh.
And they were like, do you remember what it looked like? He's like, oh, I brought it in. He held it up and he was like, that's a tapeworm.
Oh.
How'd you pull it out?
Oh, God.
Usually they retreat.
Oh, boy.
Also, I like to think that they just open palmed grab something out of their ass. They're just...
Cannibalism can potentially reduce the prevalence of parasites in the population by decreasing the number of susceptible hosts and indirectly killing the parasite in the host.
I looked up white pot syndrome, and it's literally just a bunch of sciencey words. I tried to understand it.
That's why I didn't talk about it. But cannibalism can actually reduce the prevalence of parasites.
What
It's
is that?
strange. It has been shown in some studies that the risk of encountering an infected victim increases when there is a higher cannibalism rate, though this risk drops as the number of available hosts decreases. However, this is only the case if the risk of disease transmission is low. Cannibalism is an ineffective method of disease spread, as cannibalism in the animal kingdom is normally a one-on-one interaction, and the spread of disease requires group cannibalism. Thereby, it is rare for a disease to have evolved to rely solely on cannibalism to spread. Usually there are different means of transmission, such as with direct contact, maternal transmission, coprophagy, coprophagy, it's eating poop.
Oh.
And
Why do I know that?
necrophagy.
I know how you say that.
Coprophagy?
Why do I know that?
Eating poop. Necrophagy, eating dead organisms with different species. Infected individuals are more likely to be consumed than non-infected individuals. Thus, some research has suggested that the spread of disease may be a limiting factor to the prevalence of cannibalism in the population. But cannibalism may also provide some benefits.
Oh.
In environments where food availability is constrained, individuals can receive extra nutrition
Well,
and energy if they use other...
that doesn't seem fair.
it's a benefit.
That doesn't seem like it should be on that list.
If they use other conspecific individuals as an additional food source. This would, in turn, increase the survival rate of the cannibal and thus provide an evolutionary advantage in environments where food is scarce.
I just don't feel like that's fair.
That's a benefit.
That's a situation, though.
It's a benefit.
It's not a benefit.
Technically a benefit.
That feels like a loophole or that.
Technically a benefit. A study conducted on wood frog tadpoles showed that those that exhibited cannibalistic tendencies had faster growth rates and higher fitness levels than non-cannibals.
You hear that, athletes?
An increase of
Start
size.
eating.
An increase of size and growth would give them the added benefit of protection from potential predators such as other cannibals and give them an advantage when competing for resources.
So they can continue to eat them.
Cannibalism regulates population numbers and benefits the cannibalistic individual and its kin as resources such as extra shelter, territory, and food are freed, thereby increasing the fitness of the cannibal by lowering crowding effects. However,
Just to be clear, this doesn't apply to humans.
no, there's just other organisms. But I'm sure if humans partook in the same sort of, we would mimic the, we're animals.
I just feel like you're trying to justify cannibalism.
However, this is only the case if the cannibal recognizes its own kin, as this won't hinder any future chances of perpetuating its genes in future generations. The elimination of competition can also increase mating opportunities, allowing further spread of an individual's genes. And lastly, I want to talk about sexual cannibalism.
Interesting.
This talks about a few different organisms that eat. You mentioned what kind of animals eat other animals. Slugs, spiders.
When I say animals, I know everything's in the animal family, but I don't view slugs and spiders as animals. When I think insects, I'm just like, those
like
are
mammals?
Those are separate things. My brain not smart.
Maybe you're thinking more like mammals. But yeah, slugs, spiders, like nematodes.
Nematodes.
Some types of worms. What species cannibalize?
Sharks eat each other.
Sharks do? Oh, yeah.
Like crazy. They eat each other in the womb.
Whoa! Chimpanzees.
Wow, I feel like it doesn't surprise me really.
Rabbits.
Yeah, that don't surprise me either.
Frogs.
Small animals eat each other all the time.
Chickens.
Hamsters do it.
Hamsters. It's on the list.
Chickens eat anything.
Chickens do eat anything. Chickens eat their own babies.
Yeah.
As soon as they lay them. Tiger salamanders. Sand tiger sharks. Earwigs. Yeah, I didn't know what earwigs ate each other. I fucking hate earwigs, bro.
Fuck earwigs.
Snakes. Snakes eat each
Yeah,
other.
that's so weird.
You ever see a snake try to eat another snake?
Socks. Like, your tubes.
But it's like they struggle so hard. And then sometimes it kills them. Because they eat something way too big and it bursts them.
Usually they just regurgitate. Did I tell you about that time that I was absolutely scarred for life because of the movie Anaconda?
Because of the what?
The movie Anaconda. Have you
Oh,
seen Anaconda?
I don't recall.
Who's the actor that's in it? Ice Cube.
Really?
Yeah, Ice Cube's in Anaconda.
I did not know that. No, I don't think I've seen it.
His big acting career.
Uh-huh.
There's a scene, because the whole premise of the movie is that they're going to hunt this giant snake.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Jaws with a snake.
Yes, essentially. There's a scene in an old dilapidated building, I don't know what kind of building, where the snake had previously eaten a gentleman that was trying to hunt it for, like, money or something. I don't know. It's always like that. There's always a villain that's hunting them for money, and everyone else is a scientist that's just doing it for the betterment of nature. She spits him back up, and he's, like, alive still. And his, like, face and body is kind of decomposed, and his eye moves around.
Okay.
Ugh, I saw that as a child. I was not okay.
Jesus.
Gross.
So briefly, I will end my section with sexual cannibalism. It refers to the killing and consumption of conspecific sexual partners during courtship and during or after copulation. It's present largely in spiders and other invertebrates. This section is really interesting. I thought it's hilarious. It's kind of funny because it's with animals, but it's also interesting. I never heard this. I never knew this before. Normally, it's the female which consumes the male organism, though there have been reported cases of the male consuming the adult female.
Ew.
However,
man,
this has only been recorded under laboratory conditions. Now, I don't understand that. You have sex with another insect or one of your kind, and then you eat it.
Black Widow.
And then you eat it.
Yeah.
What does that accomplish?
You're putting them in their place. Let me tell you, if I could socially acceptably have sex with a man and then eat him after,
Okay. Oh, sure.
I'd be down.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure a bunch of
not the whole body, just like the head.
Yeah. The delicious
dick.
parts. Yeah, the delicious
Just
parts.
take it. I don't know if I'd say delicious for the dick, but just like you can only have sex once, and that's it.
But I bet I'm sure there's a lot of people that agree with you. But the thing here is the male eating the female. Mm-hmm. So you impregnate the female and then you eat it. So what's the point of,
That's silly. Said it was laboratory circumstances,
yes.
though, so those are usually all fucked up.
Sexual cannibalism has been recorded in the female redback spider, black widow spider, praying mantis, and scorpion, among others.
And soon, humans.
Just wait. In most species,
be careful, Tinder.
In most species of spiders, the consumption of the male individual occurs before copulation, and the male fails to transfer his sperm to the female. This may be due to mistaken identity, such as in the case of the orb-weaving spiders, which hold little tolerance to any spider which is present in its web and may mistake the vibrations for those of a prey item. So this orb-weaving spider lands on the web of a female orb-weaving spider and immediately gets eaten because the female orb-weaving spider gets confused and thinks it's prey and not a male wishing to mate. Mm. The avoidance of sexual cannibalism is present in many male spiders. The avoidance of sexual cannibalism is present in many male species to increase their rate of survival, to avoid getting eaten, whereby the male uses cautionary methods to lower the risk of his consumption. Male orb-weaving spiders would often wait for females to molt or finish eating before attempting to initiate mating, as the females are less likely to attack. So they wait until the female's nice and full, had something to eat, just relaxing, and then I'll go fuck, because then you're not going to be hungry to eat me.
I would do it out of spite.
Males which are vulnerable to post-copulation consumption may gather mating thread to generate a mechanical tension, which they use to spring away from after insemination.
Pull themselves away.
Yeah. So they're like doing it, and then, all right, bye, and they just spring away.
Copulation, woo!
Yeah, bye. While other spiders, such as the crab spider, may tangle the female's legs in webs to reduce the risk of the female
spider?
crab spider.
It sounds familiar.
Let me see.
And I bet it's cute.
So it wraps the female's legs up to avoid getting caught.
BDSM for spiders.
Crab spider copulation. Something I
just
never
wanted a
thought.
picture of the crab spider.
Something I never
didn't
thought
even
I would
need
Google.
Copulation. Rule 34. That.
It's just an anthropomorphic spider with giant
They're like
tits and a huge dick. Yeah.
There's like human arms, but it's still a spider body.
Yeah.
I'm looking. My FBI agent that's assigned to look at my search history must be real sad and tired of me at this point. Crab. A spider.
I don't really know what I'm looking at, but
Oh, there's nothing. Rule 34. Crab spider. Crab man spider? Okay, well, none of these are spiders. These are all Nintendo characters with giant dicks. Very upset right now.
that's a crab
Look at
spider.
that big old booty.
Yeah, he's got a big.
There's definitely porn of that.
Okay.
This is upsetting. Do you want to see what I'm looking at?
No, I don't.
You're right. You shouldn't. Wow, that is gross. Ugh.
Male choice is common. Male choice is common in mantids, where males were observed to choose fatter females due to the reduced risk of attack and were more hesitant to approach starved females. So, praying mantises would look to see the thick girls, the thick ones, the thick mantises.
I need to clear my search history.
Because they'd be at less risk of getting eaten versus going to have sex with a starved female. Because they know, oh, I'm getting eaten as soon as I'm done.
Yeah.
Additionally, there are cases of people suffering from mental illness engaging in cannibalism for sexual pleasure, such as Jeffrey Dahmer and Albert Fish. There is resistance to formally labeling cannibalism a mental disorder. Do you talk about Jeffrey Dahmer?
No.
He ate people.
You can talk about him if you want. Did you hit your head?
Yeah, I did. I forget what he looks like.
Blonde dude with glasses. Kind of thin.
Yep.
Ugly.
That's my section. A little long, a little lengthy.
Yeah, it's almost 11. I'm so sleepy.
I'm getting sidetracked a lot.
Yeah, if only I'd shut the fuck up.
No, I like it. It's funny.
Jesus. I've got a couple things to talk about.
One of them is Kuru.
One of them is not Jeffrey Dahmer. Kuru is a rare, incurable, and fatal neurodegenerative disorder.
Rare, incurable, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Rare, incurable. It was formerly common among the four people of Papua
I think it's 4A.
New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea.
Papua. Sorry, I keep staring out into space or something. I don't know what I'm doing. The term group derives from the word kuria, to shake, due to the body tremors that are classic symptoms of the disease. Kuru itself means trembling. It is also known as the laughing sickness due to the pathologic bursts of laughter, which are a symptom of the disease.
That's creepy.
It is now widely accepted that Kuru was transmitted among members of the 4A tribe of Papua New Guinea via funerary cannibalism. Deceased family members were traditionally cooked and eaten, which was thought to help free the spirit of the dead. Women and children, which were typically the ones affected by it, usually consumed the brain.
Well, at least they cooked them.
The organ in which infectious prions were most concentrated, thus allowing for transmission of Kuru. The disease was therefore more prevalent among women and children.
Sure.
The epidemic likely started when a villager developed sporadic, I don't even want to try. It's a disease. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, and died. When villagers ate the brain, they contracted the disease, and it was then spread to other villagers who ate their infected brains. While the 4A people stopped consuming human meat in the early 60s, when it was first speculated to be transmitted via endocannibalism, the disease lingered due to Kuru's long incubation period of anywhere from 10 to over 50 years.
Yeah, it takes a long time before sometimes you find out you're infected.
It's weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last known Kuru victim died in 2005 or 2009.
No way.
So, well, that's a pretty big age. That's a pretty big year span to figure out who died. It's a disease of the nervous system that causes physiological and neurological effects, which ultimately lead to death. It is characterized by progressive cerebellum? Loss of coordination and control over muscle movements.
Right?
The incubation period averages between 10 to 13 years, but can be as short as 5 and has been estimated to last as long as 50 or more after initial exposure.
Mm-hmm.
The clinical stage, which begins at the first onset of symptoms, lasts an average of 12 months. The clinical progression of Kuru is divided into 3 specific stages: the ambulant, sedentary, and terminal. While there is some variation in these stages between individuals, they are highly conserved among the affected population. Before the onset of clinical symptoms, an individual can also present with prodromal symptoms, including headache and joint pain in the legs.
Prodromal.
In the first stage, the infected individual may exhibit unsteady stance and gait, decreased muscle control, tremors, difficulty pronouncing words, and tremors, titubation?
Explosive diarrhea.
Explosive diarrhea. It's listed right there. This stage is named the ambulant because the individual is still able to walk around.
Right.
In the second, sedentary stage, the infected individual is incapable of walking without support and suffers ataxia and severe tremors. Furthermore, the individual shows signs of emotional instability and depression. I saw that all the time. Yet exhibits uncontrolled and sporadic laughter. Despite the other neurological symptoms, tendon reflexes are still intact at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
In the third and final stage, the infected individual's existing symptoms, like ataxia, progress to the point where it is no longer possible to sit up without support. New symptoms also emerge. The individual develops dysphagia.
Yep, you said it.
Which can lead to severe malnutrition. It may also become incontinent.
Yep.
Lose the ability or will to speak, and become unresponsive to their surroundings despite maintaining consciousness.
Sounds a lot like rabies.
It does. Towards the end of the terminal stage, patients often develop chronic ulcerated wounds that can be easily infected. An infected person usually dies within 3 months to 2 years after the first terminal stage symptoms, often because of pneumonia or other secondary infections. Kuru is largely localized to the 4A people and people with whom they intermarried.
Mm-hmm.
The 4A people ritualistically cooked and consumed body parts of their family members following their death to incorporate the body of the dead person into the bodies of living relatives. Do it again. Loved it. I think that's everything I want to talk about. Yeah. Boop. Boo. Okay, one more thing and then I'll go into how it links into the beer. I found a list of places that cannibalism is still active. And this is as of 2022.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, not surprised.
Tribesmen of the Korowai devour bodies of killed group members in revenge. In western New Guinea, along the Kabur River, Nadiram Kabur River, lives a tribe called the Korowai.
Sorry. Look at this. Not only does it have stumps, but look at the glass. See how it's clinging? It's clinging to the side of the glass. It's so thick.
Oh, the stumps.
Yeah, but it's just it's chilling here. It's like,
You're gonna spill.
look at that.
Oh, I see. I see. The tribesmen believe mysterious deaths are attributed to demons who take on the human form, and it is their duty to consume the dead man's carcass in order to take revenge for the death.
Makes sense to me.
Cannibal Island.
You think they have cannibals there?
I mean,
On Cannibal Island? No.
maybe. Previously dubbed Cannibal Island, Fiji is famous for its long-running history of cannibalism. The practices have almost died out in recent years with the exception of the, I don't know, Naihihi caves or
Yeah. Sure.
they are home to the last human-eating group on the island. Those caves specifically.
Okay.
Specificity. The Ganges River, India.
Mm-hmm.
The, God, I wish I could pronounce
A lot of names.
I know. Aghori. Agori?
Akori?
Agohori?
Akori?
It's a sect of Indian monks. They perform cannibalistic rituals in order to gain spiritual enlightenment. They live only on the cremated remains of others.
Oh.
There are only about 20 or so members, and the group drink from human skull bowls and cover their body in burnt human remains. They don't kill anyone for use in the ceremonies. They just use the bodies of people who have already died.
Yeah. Interesting.
In the Democratic Republic of the Congo, I don't know. At a United Nations meeting in 2003, a distressed Sinafasi Makelo, a representative for the Mabuti
You're just making sounds now.
Pygmies, claimed that Congolese rebels from the Ituri province were eating his people alive.
How dare.
This is a quote, we hear reports of commanders feeding on sexual organs, apparently believing this would give them strength. Stop it. You're shaking me.
Why just the sexual organs?
I don't know.
I would go for
If I was going to get strength, I'd get like, I don't know, what's a meaty, strong, or a liver?
I'd go, organs, yeah.
You know
I was
what?
thinking if I'm going to eat
organs.
If I'm going to eat anyone, it's going to be like the thigh.
Why the thigh?
Because there's a ton of meat there.
You know what? You're right. Who am I to argue?
The arms.
Who am I to argue with my bat wings? Cambodia.
More like Cambodia.
I hate you. I was gonna make a what's that Dead Kennedy's reference?
Oh, yeah. It's a holiday in Cambodia.
Go eat your child now. Cambodian soldiers fighting in the. This is KHMER.
Khmer.
Rogue Rouge? the rebellion of Rouge were accused of cutting out the hearts and livers of the bodies of soldiers who were killed in battle in order to eat them on the field or back at home for dinner. Well, you go to work, you take some home.
Yep.
They believe that eating the human liver or of a defeated enemy will transfer bravery to themselves. You know you can't eat polar bear liver?
Why?
It has too much vitamin A in it. It is extremely toxic.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. I mean, if you're going to eat any organ in a human...
Heart. Immediately.
Really?
I would eat a heart.
Heart?
I'm curious.
Does it have a lot of nutrition in the heart?
I don't know.
I would eat a liver.
I'm just curious. Kind of want to just have a heart and just...
Because I feel like, you eat liver of other animals.
I mean, I don't, personally.
No, you don't personally. Neither do I, but you. It's just a vague you, a passive you. But, I don't know.
Polynesia. French Polynesia.
Mm-hmm.
French. In 2011, German tourist Stefan Ramin went missing. Went missing while on a traditional goat hunt in it's a traditional donut in Nuku Hiva, French Polynesia. Here, his remains were later found near a campfire, and it is believed that he was hacked to pieces and burned by a tribe suspected
boy.
of cannibalism.
Oh no.
This is why you don't go vacationing.
Terrible.
In Liberia, following the First Liberian Civil War, Doctors Without Borders found evidence of cannibalistic practices, which they sent over to Amnesty International. It's believed that the evidence was then covered up, with Liberia's current Secretary General saying, "What they do with the bodies after human rights violations are committed is not part of our mandate or concern. Whatever happens, happens.
Not our problem.
Not our problem." Really? Toe typies? You don't even know what you're saying.
Space.
Rotenburg,
Rittenberg?
Germany. Germany's answer to Hannibal Lecter, Armin Meiwes. Meiwes. Speak German to me, baby.
Meiwes?
I don't want. It's a W. Why would you pronounce it like a V?
Because it's German.
German's sick.
Yep.
Fulfilled his dream of consuming human flesh by placing an ad for a willing volunteer. Remember that guy?
I remember that guy.
Luckily for him, he tracked down dinner in the form of a willing 43-year-old burned brands.
That's the Vsauce video I was talking about.
The duo dined on his genitals before Armin stabbed him with a 12-inch knife.
No, that's not the Vsauce video I was
He
talking
was
about.
later arrested.
No.
Cannibalism is not a crime in Germany,
Ah.
but he was arrested for murder.
Sure.
He could have gotten away with it. Shouldn't have murdered the guy. You ate his dick. Now what? Miami, Florida. A crazed naked man.
Of course, it's Florida.
Just wait. You know this story. A crazed naked man was shot by police in Miami in 2012 after he refused to stop eating his victim's face.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Cannibal Rudy Eugene. It would be a Rudy. Set upon unwitting Ronaldo Popo on a Florida freeway, leaving him with only one eye and severe facial injuries.
Yep, I saw that. You can watch that video online right now.
Stop it! I want to look.
You can watch that.
Oh, why did that make me excited?
It's disturbing. He takes multiple bullets and keeps going. It's insane.
Jesus, that's ridiculous. I'm gonna watch. Age restricted. I am an adult.
You sure?
No.
Okay, you watch that. I'm gonna pee.
Okay. Miami face eating attack. Why would you want to eat a face?
Did you see it?
It just showed legs.
Mm.
I was expecting more.
No, it's like someone filming from the side of the street.
That's a letdown. My last thing, and how this ties in to precious little treats. Cannibal couple accused of selling human meat pies
Oh my god.
made from
no
remains
way.
of their 30 victims.
No way.
And fed some to trainee pilots.
Gosh.
Natalia Baksheva? It almost sounds like Bathsheba.
Uh-huh.
Bathsheba?
Okay.
Was she a demon or a witch? Witch.
No clue.
And husband Dmitri, also that last name, 35. Doesn't say her age though for some reason.
Maybe they're both 35.
Maybe. Have confessed to drugging, slaughtering, and eating dozens of their victims. They chopped up human remains, were found in their fridge, freezer, and elsewhere in their home at a hostel and a military academy in southern Russia. One victim was waitress Elena Vashrushev, 35, who lived close to Natalia and her husband. But others are feared to be women who joined dating websites before vanishing. Neighbors say former nurse Natalia made and sold pies to boost her income and boasted to cafe owners that she could supply meat and may have worked as a chef.
Oh boy.
I bake pies, she allegedly told one local. The case has echoes of the gruesome tale of Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of, what is it? What's the street he lives on?
Sweeney Todd Street.
It's not a street. They had like pickled human remains in their fridge.
Oh boy.
Who has time to pickle?
I mean, you just put them in some brine and let them chill.
She offered to supply meat to at least one cafe in the city and also sought a job as a chef. How weird. The cannibal couple lured victims using dating sites before drugging, butchering, and eating them. It has been claimed.
Well.
The couple were arrested after the dismembered remains of a young woman were found in the academy next to a bucket filled with body parts. Just a bucket.
Yep.
Dmitri admitted the grim killing and boasted about multiple other murders after a phone was found with pictures of him allegedly posing for selfies with dead bodies.
Bruh.
Investigators are, and let me just tell you, if you are trying to hide a crime, don't take a selfie.
I mean, like how I took a selfie after I spray painted a garage door with Cellaret's logo with my best friend. Took a selfie.
Did you get arrested?
Put it on Facebook and got arrested for it?
Yeah.
I mean like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, who narked on you?
No one narked. They saw the cameras. There were cameras, by the way. Saw the cameras.
You're embarrassing.
They looked up Cellaret's on Facebook. Saw the photos that I put online of us.
And your Facebook wasn't even private?
No, it's public. It was on this. It was on the
Cellaret's
Cellaret's Facebook. Yeah, it was terrible.
Seven bags of body parts were found in their fridge and freezer, and many cans with steamed meat were found in their kitchen. His wife is reported to have been shown the faces of missing women in southern Russia and identified dozens who she claimed were their victims. A police source said, going through the photographs, the woman has recognized more than 30 victims that they killed and eaten together with her husband.
Jeez. Who thought that was a good idea?
In their home, they found many mobile phones of their victims and also video lessons on how to cook meals from human meat.
Who is making these lessons?
They
are.
They recorded.
Who is watching these lessons?
I don't know. Maybe they're planning on like marketing it to like the black market or something. Cook with Natalia and Dmitri.
Do you have an overabundance of human flesh and you just don't know what to do with it?
Welcome. What's the name? What's the name? What's the name for cannibal cooking?
Cannibal cooking?
Because that's just the name. That sounds boring.
I'll have to brainstorm.
The woman had been working in the military academy as a nurse, and supposedly she was sharing these cans of steamed human meat with student pilots.
Unbelievable.
Dmitri was detained after a man found his mobile phone in the street and found images of him posing for selfies with a woman's body parts. He took a selfie with the hand in his mouth. At the same time, he put the fingers of the dead hand into his nose. Then he cut one finger with a knife. He told interrogators he began his reign of terror in 1999. One image appears to show a head being served as Christmas dinner surrounded by mandarins. They put olives into the eyes and attached a lemon to the nose.
What the fuck?
Isn't that weird, though?
These are things that actually happened. It's crazy to think that you can think of something, you can think up something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can think it, chances are it has happened. Just like, I think the same thing where if you imagine a face, like if you just invent the way a face looks in your mind, chances are there's someone born that looks like that. Same thing with things that people do. People have done so much fucked up shit, and you don't even think about it until you read something like this online. It's like, oh, of course that happened. Of course someone fucking did that.
Of course. A horse is a horse.
Of course a morse.
But yeah, that's how it ties in.
Hmm. Hold on. I gotta find the video that reminded me of.
Ow.
Of course I'm on tour. Driving the Porsche over the floorboards, wearing the floorboards, getting an abortion and a divorce at the same time. Here's supporting. Look what I'm planning. I'm planning.
It's Eminem rapping.
And you're looking and staring at mannequins. And I'm going, Fannikins trying to get up a Plannikins. All the Fannikins. Well, all the Fannikins,
Shenanigans!
I'm in a cabana in the chain on the stand-up banner. Well, you don't got the stamina, you're lacking the stamina. You're lacking the stamina while you're divorcing Harrison Ford, and I'm in a Porsche and floorboards while I'm on touring. You're using way too many napkins. Napkins is chapstick. You use the chapstick and napkins with a napkin. Flapping around like a pumpkin. Flapping around like a pumpkin. Damn it again.
Well, that's disturbing.
Where'd you take the beer? Drinks it. Disgusting. Let me get more of this.
Disgusting. It's
A
too,
beverage.
it's this is a liquid.
This is a drink.
I can drink this. It's just too sweet. It's too malty. It's
I didn't taste any sweetness.
what? It's overly sweet. But it's also really boozy. I think the thing that works for it is the chocolate, but everything else it just doesn't I'm not impressed too much.
You don't impress me much.
It's an American Imperial Stout, but we've had better stouts on this show. Vlad is still a
Was
nice
I present?
one. You were present during Vlad. You drank it with me.
Stop it. You're going to spill.
What about you?
Ugh. Ugh. Horrible.
Why is it horrible?
Because I don't like stouts. I'm sure for a stout, it's whatever, but...
For a stout, it's whatever. Yeah, it's a little difficult to be objective if you don't like something.
It gave me goosebumps in a bad way.
The worst kind of goosebumps.
Yeah, the bad kind of goosebumps.
That's upsetting.
Like I felt them from the tip of my head to the tips of my fingers, and I just...
Oh, so just this part of your body then?
Yes, up here.
Okay. Just up here.
Here. From like the boobs.
Yeah, boobs up.
Boobs up. It was awful. I never want to have that experience again. Repulsed.
It's unfortunate.
I don't like the tingles.
Well, another stout in the books. It's all right. That was episode 72 on cannibalism. Thanks for tuning in. beerandfearcast.com is our website. All of our episodes are released there every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Time. You can listen on the website or on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Just search up Beer and Fear. Or if you go to our website, there's a little button in the top right that says Listen Now.
You know, I was reading that article on
Which
the
article?
face eating, and it said the article was before it was confirmed, I guess, that he was on bath salts. But it said unconfirmed, not sure if linked with bath salts, but he exhibited all the symptoms except for the eating. Except for the eating, people think.
Not consistent.
That wasn't consistent with bath salts. So if you want to try bath salt, but you're worried that you'll have cannibalistic tendencies, don't worry.
It's not consistent.
It's
with
just
bath
it was
salts.
just Eugene.
He was just crazy.
It gives you superhuman strength, though.
Yeah, you can take bullets like a champ,
He
apparently.
took 4.
Yeah. That's about it.
Ah,
That's all I got.
Have a good day.
That was a weird way to end the episode.
Will you stop with the knife? You've become the knife guy. I've shown you that video.
Yeah. You need a knife? Oh, there's a thread in my sock. I was trying to get rid of it.
Just got a knife here.
Just got a knife.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, for the Capri Sun. I just whip it out right now. It gives me the giggles.
I love Gus Johnson.
I don't know who that is.
Gus Johnson?
No clue.
He's the one who made the video.
I assume, but I don't know him. Which one is he? The blonde?